Experts are warning that the bottom line is about to fall out of the home construction industry. The Canadian Association of Accredited Mortgage Professionals predicts new home construction will drop to about 150,000 units by late next year. That's down 25% from the 2011-2012 average.
Combine that news with the latest numbers showing Canadian home prices rising as year-over-year sales fall. It's an understatement to say real estate is a tricky industry. Agents are constantly working for multiple clients at a time, while many clients have little or no experience with home buying and find the process can be completely overwhelming.
That is for certain, and those two factors often result in an agent overspending time, energy, and money, leaving their clients to suffer from subpar service. Now, how can the relationship be improved? Let's ask Claude Boiron, whose new book is Make More Money, Find More Clients, Close Deals Faster. It's that simple. Claude, how do we ensure that realtors and their clients are on the same page?
Hi, Mark. That's a great question. I think it's very important, as I do say in my new book, that consumers interview their agents or prospective agents. I think it's unlikely that somebody would hire a lawyer or an accountant without considering a few of them. And as much as referrals are a great way to know whether an agent has followed through and done a good job on a previous transaction, you really do have to speak with several and ask them about everything from commissions, what they're going to do for you, and what their track record is.
Claude, the real estate industry seems to have changed pretty dramatically over the past, say, 5+ years. It seems if you have a place in the right spot and it's a decent house, that sometimes it can almost sell itself. In other words, you know, it sells within a day if you're not holding back offers, or there's multiple offers and it sells within the week after holding back. So do you really need to have an agent?
Another good question. I have a feeling you're going to have a few of them. It is important, of course, in my opinion, important to have a good agent working for you. Some of the traps that I've seen people fall into when they're trying to sell their own home is they don't market it or prepare the home properly for sale. Both points I cover in my book, which I should mention is a great guide for consumers. It's really, the title's somewhat misleading. It's not just pigeonholed for realtors. One of the things that I've seen happen is when people try to sell their home themselves, either they're not getting the money that they should or could be getting because, again, they haven't prepared it properly or marketed it properly. And then if they do turn to a realtor to save the day, their property is sometimes somewhat tarnished in the eyes of the public because they've had a first go at it.
Claude, here's a stupid question, but I have to ask it. Can you ask this potential real estate agent for testimonials?
Absolutely. In fact, the brokerage I work with, Coldwell Banker, more and more is encouraging us to go the route of video testimonials. The recent research is showing that consumers, both in listing materials, in online websites for listings of ours, consumers really want to see video, and it seems as though it's more authentic. They're able to relate more to a property, but also if you have video testimonials, they're able to see that they're real clients. They're able to see the emotion and the satisfaction that they had in using that specific realtor.
Do you pay clients for their testimonials?
No, I don't. I certainly don't.
So they willingly sit in front of a camera
Absolutely.
and say, Claude was fantastic. He did a great job. He got us the money we wanted. We had no worries at all. That kind of thing?
You know, I'm glad you mentioned the word worries. It's rare that a real estate transaction won't go through without a single hitch in the road. And that's one of the reasons why experienced realtors are quite necessary. You're going to hit bumps in the road, and when you do, when you're selling on your own, you might be able to for help, but often if there are a few bumps one after another, you really do need professional help to navigate the waters.
I want to ask you about staging, because it seems it's getting more and more common that if you have an agent come to, you're interviewing them to say, I want to sell my house, that they sometimes also sell you on the idea of staging. Sometimes it's something they do. They might suggest renting furniture. You know, there's additional costs, or bringing someone in. How does a homeowner know whether or not it's going to pay off for them to stage?
Well, that's another reason why an experienced realtor is worth quite a bit.
6%.
We have the experience to say staging versus non-staging in a certain neighborhood for a certain type of product can or cannot pay off. I'm not a proponent of staging to the max every time. The most extreme is moving out all of the seller's furniture and possessions, staging it in a very aesthetically pleasing way,
Right.
and virtually, if not truly, having them move out of the house for a
Right.
week or two.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes it's more than enough to simply declutter, neutralize the colors, and make sure that it has a warm and inviting feel for potential buyers to
Start baking those
appreciate it.
cookies, right?
Yeah.
Bake those cookies.
Fresh
Get
cut
that
flowers. You're
spread.
going to more people. The woman's going to
Baking.
smell those fresh cut flowers. You're going to sell the house faster, right? Claude
I have to
Boiron's new
admit-
book is called "Make More Money, Find More Clients, Close Deals Faster," and it's not just for agents but consumers too. Claude, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck with the book, and happy house hunting, everybody.
My pleasure.
Thanks.
Take care.
I disagree. Flowers don't always work. I went into one house. It was like a funeral parlor. Did not like it at all. All right. When we come back, that's my 2 cents. We're going to hear your 2 cents because it's Friday.